Hello everyone and welcome. Before you do get into this video, make sure you do subscribe if you are not already. About 99% of the people that watch this guide series are not subscribed. Disclaimer here, however you make your build or however you play your build is fine. I'm making this guide for people who want to know how to use Wild, and for people who have not used it before, or for people who are trying to get back into using Wild. When you use Wild, your weapon is covered in a white mist. The way Wild works is that on proc, you deal 85% of the damage in an AoE radius. This damage does not hit the victim you hit, or allies, and your M1 damage against allies in general is cut by 50%. Now back on what I said, it does not hit the victim. You will do your M1 damage to the victim, but then the AoE of that damage will not be procced on the victim again. This does not mean though that hitting multiple enemies in a clump will not amplify your damage. I do believe that hitting multiple enemies will amplify your damage if you hit them in a clump, because each individual enemy will be hit by the weapon, causing their own individual AoE proc, hence should increase your damage. Overall, if you're fighting mobs in hordes, I don't know if this is proven wrong. If it is, then please let me know. The recommended weapon I would suggest using with Wild would be Heavy, because Heavy has the highest damage that you can obtain in the game, and when you hit enemies with your Heavy, you're just going to be doing so much damage in an AoE radius. Now with that being said, in PvP, this is decent enchant if you're fighting multiple people, but in the sense of ones where you're mainly going to be using this enchant or fighting people in general, you're not going to be seeing a benefit from this enchant unless you have a lot of allies around you. In PvE, this is a really decent enchant depending on what you are doing. If you are doing bosses, this enchant does not really help you. But if you are fighting hordes of monsters that rarely parry or block your attacks, hence monsters in the depths, then this is a really good enchant. In the depths, a bunch of monsters clump, and especially during H mode, you'll have so much fun with this enchant because you will just be dealing so much more damage in AoE radius, so fighting hordes of monsters will be a breeze. Overall, this enchant is okay in PvP, but in PvE is where this enchant shines. You would want this enchant everywhere and anywhere you go if you're doing horde farming PvE, whether it be Diluvian or H builds. For this enchant would probably be heavy PvE builds. I don't know if you can make this work in PvP. I don't know. I've just never seen anyone really use this in PvP. Medium can work well as well, and light. Any weapon can work well with this, but like I said, Heavy has the highest damage, so Heavy with Wild would be the best combo for a great success in horde mob fighting, like H mode or Diluvian. The way you can obtain Wild is either by completing Layer 2, using the Deep Shore Fossil, completing H mode, or you can find this enchant on weapons in chests. This has been the Wild Guide. I hope you did find this guide useful. If you did, why not share it, leave a like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Now with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.